Hello everybody, the internet, whoever. This is your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's Theorist, Truth Theories, coming to you with the top 3 most likely candidates for the Purple Man's identity. Now, I'm just going to be blowing through this, and I'll be taking the sides, I'll be saying what I think, but after the video, like this video, subscribe, put in the comment section who you think it is, and if you have new theories, post them down below, because if you give me your theories, I do more videos, more subscribers, more likes, bing bang boom, popularity all over. It's, what goes around comes around. You're helping me, I'm helping you, it just goes that way. Now, the first candidate for the Purple Man's identity is actually someone that we've seen before and I've done a video on. I believe in that is Shadow Freddy. Now, I believe that it is Shadow Freddy because there is an overwhelming amount of evidence that points to him. And the evidence is that, as you can see, the Purple Man has something in his hand, which could most likely be a microphone. And he has glowing white eyes. Now, humans don't have glowing white eyes, but as you can see, Shadow Freddy obviously has glowing white eyes. Some people might argue that he doesn't have a hat, and that could just be Scott made this game in 5 months. He could have made an easy mistake. He's made a couple mistakes on the game before, but honestly, just honestly speaking here, would it be so crazy to say that in a rush to get this game out and about, Scott made one small mistake in his Purple Man's translation from Shadow Freddy to his 8-bit version? Well, honestly, Scott's trying to keep it cryptic. He might have made it this and that. And since Shadow Freddy's lying down and he's all scrunched over, you might not be able to see his badge. So there's another thing to how the Purple Man and Shadow Freddy could be related. And since he's not standing up, we can't tell if he doesn't have like long spindly legs and wires connecting to his thigh, to his ankles and stuff. But there's also the fact that around the same time the Purple Man was created, this Shadow Freddy popped up. And I do not think it's a coincidence that 2 purple characters carrying something in their hand popped up around the same time. I just don't think that's a coincidence. I think that this has something to do with the Purple Man, and that this is undeniably his identity, because these are just too many similarities to just kind of pop over. But Scott's done this before. He popped up tons of evidence to this and then just shoved it over to something new or to the other one. It's honestly, it's his game. There is no pattern here. It's whatever he says, whatever goes. Sometimes it follows the evidence, sometimes it doesn't, but let's just face it, guys, it's up to him. Whatever I theorize, it could happen if he happens upon this, but that's what I think he's going to do, technically. But let's just get on with the second one so that you guys can make your own comments and theories down below in the section. So, the second most likely candidate is actually someone we've gone over before, someone that has been throughout the first and second game, probably going to be in the third. It is the phone guy. Now, as you can see, the shoving evidence that this is the phone guy is actually that you've never seen him, so he could have any identity, and that the thing in his hand looks a whole lot like a phone. Now, that's just, maybe Scott would say, couldn't have put anything else in this to point to the phone guy besides him holding a phone. Which I agree, if you're wanting to point to the phone guy, you obviously give him a phone since we've never seen him. But another piece of standing evidence is some people have said, like at restaurants and agencies, people who are managers there, like the phone guy, wear some kind of badge or name tag saying that they are. And maybe at the Fazbear entertainment industry, a badge is actually how they signify that they're the manager and whatnot. But I'm not sure, since we've never seen the phone guy or even any uniform that would go with the Fazbear entertainment. But these things could point to the phone guy. And the glowing white eyes could be spectacles or something that the phone guy had to wear. And phone guy has been around since like the very beginning. He could have just killed kids and shoved them in on from day one and pointed the press to like one of the night guards and have them arrested and whatnot. And he's dead now. The animatronics would have quickly figured out that it was the phone guy. And finally in the first game they kill him not because he's working at Fazbear's Entertainment, but because he is the killer, and they're avenging their deaths, and because you're associated with the phone guy, they have to kill you too, because apparently in their eyes you're evil. But I have a longer and bigger theory for how Shadow Freddy could have killed the kids, but it'd make this video too long and whatnot, so I might do a video on that, I might not. It honestly depends on how well this video is received. So I guess I should just get on with the third most likely candidate, and that is that maybe this is no one in the game we've seen before, but actually a policeman. someone who investigated the crimes. And if you think about it, that makes a lot of sense, because what is a more villainous and more strategically clever way of killing people? If you're a policeman, you simply have to go kill them and get assigned to the case so that you can do a well enough job to make it look like the case is unsolvable. You kill all the kids and whatnot all at once so that you don't, because if you kept doing this and you kept getting assigned, they'd probably fire you if they you were out. So that's why he probably killed so many people at once. Or at Fredbear's Family Diner, where he killed one kid, that was probably just not an accident because he meant to kill the kid, but he probably meant to kill more in that week, but he got so caught up in trying to make the investigation look good that he could. So then a couple years later, at the second installment, where there were all the toy versions of the animatronics, he probably killed 5 more because, well, he thought he could get away with it again. And whether or not he did, because we told that he was eventually caught, but we think that most people theorize that the Fredbear Family Diner probably paid off the cops and have the cops tell the press and everyone that they caught him. And they probably paid off the cop that had killed the kids. And that way he got paid, technically, for what he did, which is horrible. But it's just a really clever way of thinking about it. And it makes a lot of sense if you just kind of, for a while think. But that might not be it, because that seems a bit out of the range. But maybe Scott didn't throw us a curveball this time. Maybe he got the most technical and strict and, kind of deceiving thing to do would actually be just to give the answer in the photo. Instead of making you look around for a while, just give it to you straight, because he knew that you'd be looking for a supplemental message. Since he has a phone in his hand, that could be a gun, that could just be a phone, because policemen have to contact each other, and that badge obviously points to a police officer. So whoever, even if it's an animatronic, is obviously imitating a police officer, or in the manager's case, a manager. But maybe that badge points to that this is a police officer. Now, you guys can decide in your own words who you think it is, whether it's a police officer, or an external force, or Shadow Freddy, or the phone guy, but it's your decision. But I think it's Shadow Freddy. I also think that this policeman theory, which is pretty new, is actually pretty logical, and it's for you to decide. So subscribe, like, or dislike, which I personally would like this video, because it is very well put together. But it's completely your decision, but just tell me in the comment section what you think and your theories, because the more theories you give me, the more videos I can do. The more subscribers I get, the more likes I get. So it's a pretty vicious cycle, but it's a cycle that I enjoy. So like, subscribe. This is your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's theorist, True Theories, signing out.